not that song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I'm going to just say this right now. I have access in my world, in my professional life, to
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I have access to all kinds of cool recording studios and microphones, but there is really nothing like home. I didn't really spend that much money on my equipment, and so this is something that's a bit of a commitment, but you have to do it when you're in the radio world. Actually, the equipment I have,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
was I asked the question of a guy at, what was that place that's gone now? Guitar Center, that's right.
Mike's
Hey, I want to record at home.
Daily
Like a little record studio.
Podcast.
What do I need to hook up to my computer and make it work? And he gave me this Alesis. He pointed me towards an Alesis mixer. And I have loved this thing. It has lasted so long. Oh, knock on wood. Because I want it to last longer. I'm so used to it now. Is it perfect? No. Does it do what I want it to? Yes. Do I want to go outside? I sure do. Do I wish I could record my podcast outside? I wish I could, but I'm inside cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Yes, the Podcastro Valley today. FF episode 2272. I'm so sad. I'm so forlorn. My lovely lady friend is getting on a plane and flying home to her relatives in New York for a couple of days, then coming back. She'll be back here early Monday, so that's good. We won't be apart too long. Oh, my heart wouldn't be able to take it. You know what, though? You need to go outside more. You need more nature in your life. Many of us spend too much time indoors in front of a screen or other electronic device. To offset this, healthcare experts say getting some vitamin N for nature can reduce stress and insomnia, boost energy, and revitalize health. A growing body of research links exposure to nature with therapeutic benefits.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The podcast picture today will be of some time recently when I went to nature and what I saw. I still have to pick it, but you'll see it at MikesDailyPodcast.com. And if you also go to MikesDailyPodcast.com, I do have my very short, very quick video clips from each podcast, and I've been doing that for over a year now. So you can see bits of Cafe Anyway, and just for a quick little bite of fun, you can find it at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Speaking of biting, nobody bites like this guy. He was the best biter, the best little playful bites. Basil the Boxer. Coming up very soon, the sad anniversary of his passing. Yes, miss him every single day. Talk about him every podcast. This Saturday, the day after tomorrow. And I don't think I'll be doing a podcast tomorrow. I got so much going on. And yesterday was my day off. And though it was supposed to be my day off, stuff happened. And I had to go. I was activated. And I had to get to work. And work for about 2 hours. 2 very stressful hours on my day off. Not very fun. But that is the profession I have chosen. The life of a live broadcaster, podcaster, radio connoisseur. So get out and enjoy nature. Get away from the electronics. A growing body of research links exposure to nature with therapeutic benefits. For example, there was a recent study done examining the effects of experiences in nature. And the University of Michigan did this research. They said, we've known for decades that being in the presence of nature has a positive effect on people, but it was unclear how much exposure to nature was needed or what constituted a health-building nature experience. I think these guys just wanted to be outside and go camping and maybe bring some beers. That's what I'm thinking, but they use this as an excuse. During the study's 8-week experiment, participants spent at least 10 minutes 3 times a week connecting with nature in some way, such as listening to birds from a balcony, sitting under a tree, or walking a park trail. Saliva tests were analyzed for cortisol. That's the body's stress hormone. Before and after the nature experience. There was a 20-minute nature pill. A 20-minute nature pill provided the most reduction in stress hormones. Wow. Being in nature for 20 minutes brought down the stress hormones. Other research confirms that any exposure to nature is good for you. In 2019, there was a study that revealed that spending 2 hours a week in nature promotes good physical and mental health, no matter what outdoor activity you do. That's right. Don't be ashamed of doing that lame thing you do outside. As long as it's not cutting something's head off, that's probably not a good idea. Don't do that. But admiring nature. People make fun of people that are bird watchers, even though bird watching is huge in England. Last night, I guess it wasn't night, it was late evening. No, it wasn't even that, because the sun goes down so late these days. So the sun was up. It was approaching a sunset, but not quite. I was in Podcastro Valley in the area that is called Columbia. And there's a trail up there. And there's a guy. When you got to go through this gate, even though it's owned by the East Bay Regional Park District, this guy acts like he owns it. And he goes, "Did you lock my gate?" He wants you to put this little chain with a little carabiner in it and close up the chain, because he's got 2 horses in this area. He doesn't want them escaping. And I'm like, yeah, I locked your gate. It's not his gate. It's East Bay Regional Park District's gate. He's just allowed by them to have the 2 horses there. Maybe I'll show a picture of the horses. That's what I'll do. Picture of the horses eating. Or not. But there were lots of quail out. So I stopped and watched the quail. It was fascinating as we go outside a cafe anyway, where I bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. And I asked the quail to please spell the word potato, and they spelt it wrong. That's a joke for all you old people that remembered an election in the early 90s. But anywho, went for a walk and enjoyed nature. You should too. And watch some birds. Another study in 2019 in Denmark showed that adolescents who didn't spend time in green space were up to 55% more likely to develop depression and anxiety. These organizations will help you explore the many benefits of being outside. There's something called Park RX America. It has an interactive park finder. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Healthy Places has links to a wide variety of resources. I didn't even know the CDC had that. But some of you don't trust the CDC, and you're not going to get your vaccine. And you know what? You're going to get sick. There's a rising amount of people catching coronavirus, COVID-19, in the Bay Area. And most of them that are coming down with bad symptoms did not get vaccinated. But heck, you know what? I'm afraid of the vaccine. I don't want to die of the vaccine, so I'll just die of COVID instead. The National Wildlife Federation promotes programs that connect kids to nature, too. There you go. Now, let's say you are afraid of going outside because you don't want to wear a mask because you love Trump and you thought Trump never wore a mask, even though he did. And because you don't want to get vaccinated because you think that's a ploy by Joe Biden to control your mind. That's fine, crazy. But let's say you're staying at home. Here's some great ways to make your house nice. Make it functional. Oh, and by the way, that last article, thank you to Costco Connection for that lovely natural remedy article. If you love to cook, don't put away all your utensils and appliances. Incorporate them into your home's design, or your apartment's design, or your condo's design, or your tent's design, or whatever. Fill large, colorful jars with items that you use most. What if what items you use most aren't very colorful? Maybe one of the items you use a lot is salt. Does somebody want to see salt? Maybe you put it in a nice salt shaker. How about warmth? Add warmth. Sure, expensive furniture and spotless homes are appealing, but that won't add warmth. Fill your most used spaces with plush rugs. Throw blankets and comfortable furniture the entire family can use. Oh, throw blankets and comfortable furniture. A collection of picture frames can make a room feel cluttered. Instead, display family photos, kids' artwork, and memorabilia from your travels on blank walls. Don't have blank walls. Blank. What? Mel Blanc. He's an inspiration. He did all kinds of fun voices. Every cartoon you see, like the Warner Brothers cartoons from the 50s, 60s, amazing. He did like all the voices. All that. Nothing makes a house a home more than when your closet is clean and when your closest friends and family visit. Place comfortable outdoor furniture and lush plants on your porch to make guests feel welcome before they walk in the front door. Make them feel welcome, the guests. Be hospitable. That makes your house or your apartment or whatever a home. If you don't look like you actually live in your home, you won't want to spend time in it. You can keep things organized, but you don't have to necessarily put everything away in storage. Showcase your hobbies. Display fresh florals and collect furniture over time instead of buying matching sets. Add personality to your rooms. Unless your personal style is a cohesive minimalistic look, give each room personality with a different color palette. Add color by painting the walls or adding bold furnishings. Each room's color palette should reflect its functionality. Why be so boring? Paint everything white. I have a boring house and I just painted white. Nothing will make your home feel as welcoming and cozy as the smell of freshly baked foods. You don't have to spend hours in the kitchen baking, just like candles. Light the candles around your home that smell like your favorite dessert. It'll make you hungry and want to eat your candle. But that's what HGTV.com says. Gosh. Can't believe that, what was her name? Quan Swan. Who was the lady that started House Hunters? She died. Oh, man, I used to love watching that show. And then you see the same thing every time. And then you find out later that most of it's staged and it's fake and it's not real. You just see other people's homes, but they're not really those people's homes. It's all made nice because somebody went through there and cleaned everything up before the cameras came through. Did I just dispel every fantasy you ever had? Look, we're outside a cafe anyway. Somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Look who's here. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I like selling all kinds of stuff in the gift shop, like salt. That's true. A lot of people like salt. My lovely lady friend likes salt. I don't like to salt stuff because I know it's going to make my blood pressure go through the roof and that could kill me, give me a stroke or something, and I don't want that. That makes sense, Mike Matthews. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer, Mike. The show's been very informative and instructive. One part was about nature, another part was about homes and houses and stuff. Mm-hmm. You weren't even listening. Yes, I was. Ugh, I miss the days when there were good engineers. Thanks, Mike Matthews. Yes. John Deere, the engineer. To everybody. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. What do you think about anything we covered? Call me 336MM Daily. 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews. Daily as in what this podcast tries to be. Gets interrupted quite a bit, but we do the best we can. Thank you for understanding.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!